All right, hello everyone. It's me, Mufti, and welcome to the Dex Divers podcast, episode 3 on Thursday, the 12th of February, 2026. And today is pretty much going to be the last Dex Divers podcast in my current house. I'll be moving this weekend, so, I'll be in a completely different place next week for episode 4. And tonight we are joined by the community ambassador for Pokemon Go, Ada Luke L007. Welcome in.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Hello, and of course, we've got Lord Chris J of Bursted Pokemon Go.
Hiya.
Hello, and obviously an ex-community ambassador for Aran Area Pokemon Go. And of course, we've got Hayes London.
Hello. Am I not specific in anything, no?
Hayes London, Pokemon Go player of London.
Yeah.
And we've got James London, a Pokemon player of London as well.
Hello.
And we've got Jet Darkrai, famous for the ADHD voice.
Hello, how are y'all?
Hello, and let's carry on and see how we do. Okay, guys, so let's begin with episode 3. Obviously, we'll begin with the EUIC that's obviously started off today. There is a pop-up Pokemon Center that's been going on. I wanted to obviously directly ask Hayes, because he was up there today, what were your thoughts on the Pokemon Center? What were your thoughts on the atmosphere at the tournament and competition? And of course, guys, if you don't know, there is the road trip truck, which was in London and in Manchester and parts of Europe, obviously is present there already at the moment, I see. But I think it's going to be active on the weekend. So, Hayes, take us through. How was it today for you?
All right, I'll bite off part at a time.
Okay.
First of all, Pokemon Go truck. Can't talk too much about it because today they were just getting it into the venue, setting it up. They weren't really doing anything surrounding it, but there is a Pokestop for the Pokemon Go truck for an extra raid. Not directly on top of it, but on that green by the XL Center where during Comic-Con most people conjugate outside on. You go down those stairs out the entrance as if you're going to the DLR, but you just keep walking straight instead of turning right when you come out. And it's directly on your left from those stairs. It's hard to miss. I saw it pulling in, actually. It was, got to talk to the person setting it up. It's nice, yeah. The actual center, there's no tournaments today. The main event wasn't actually open.
Oh, right.
As today was an extra day mostly for people to get their tickets for the Pokemon Center, specifically for competitors and spectators.
Okay.
So then they don't have to spend all day tomorrow or on the weekend panicking about when they can go to their time slot in case they have a game. So most competitors went today to get their tickets, their freebies, go into the Pokemon Center, do their things, as well as Game Lab being open from today as well, so they can go in there, get some freebies from there. So it wasn't massive today, but the atmosphere was pretty nice. There was a lot of nice things. The EUIC exclusive merch today was it was interesting to see. Quite a lot of it similar price to how it was last year. It wasn't overall the greatest in terms of exclusives, but everything else there's stuff you can find online as well. The ETBs, you have to enter a raffle for the latest ones, the Mega Evolutions ones. I managed to get the Lucario one, but not the Gardevoir.
Oh, congratulations.
Not for myself, for my friend.
right, okay.
But it was my ticket. Managed to win the raffle for that. The walkthrough actually to where, so you queue up outside and then they let you in a bit ahead of your time. So you could walk through that whole thing where they've got some displays set up, places to take photos. It was really interesting to see all the stuff they had set up there.
Okay.
You get to have a meet and greet with Eevee if you'd like. I'm not sure about Pikachu yet, but I only saw Eevee today. And then they line you up just outside of the main center itself, let you in at your time slots. And if you're queuing up to try get an ETB for the day that you don't have a raffle for, you're going to be waiting a while. just ahead of time, you're going to be waiting a while. But all the other merch there, they've got quite a few Sitting Cuties collection to pick from. They've got pretty much a bit of everything here and there. They've got displays of some figurines, more plushies everywhere you look. The clothing as well is quite diverse this year compared to last year. And some of the newer stuff there, the TCG stuff as well. They've got quite a lot of pins. So it's worth at least walking through, having a look at the stuff. But apart from the exclusives, you could pretty much get everything else online.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so we already know and we're already celebrating Pokemon's 30th anniversary and, of course, Pokemon Go's 10th anniversary. So let's begin in no particular order with what is your favorite Pokemon moment? What got you into the franchise in the first place? What got you into Pokemon Go? So let's start with Jet HGS then.
Hello.
What got you into Pokemon?
What got me into Pokemon was when I was younger, I was very much depressed and never really left my room. And then I heard an intro that piqued my interest, and it turned out it was the Pokemon TV show. So it was pretty nice. I was able to get myself out of the dark pit.
Okay.
That's what got me into Pokemon.
What got you into Pokemon Go specifically?
Into Pokemon Go, it was, I saw a whole bunch of people walking around my local park, asked them what on earth they're doing, and they said it was a game called Pokemon Go. This was back in 2016, so I've been playing ever since.
Brilliant. Nice. Right, moving on. So, Luke L, 007, tell us, what was your favourite Pokemon moment up until now, and what got you into the franchise and Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go, I remember it being in the news, in the first week of release in the UK, I think it had more activity than Twitter for a short period. So you couldn't not know about the game. So I got into it then. It was absolutely everywhere. And I've got one big memory, just meeting a friend called Jamie. At the time, I didn't know him really. We met up to do a duo Trinitar raid. This would have been the first time I was in raid, so it was really tough. And we failed it 2 times. Third time lucky, we just clutched it out. And the last Pokemon we had were our own favourite Pokemon. So he had Vaporeon, and I had Poliwrath. So it was quite a clutch moment. Yeah.
Nice.
We still talk about it. Yeah, it's cool. And I was hooked from then.
All right. And how about Lord Chris J? What got you into Pokemon in the first place? Did you follow the anime or something like that? And what got you into Pokemon Go?
I possibly shouldn't say it, but it was via emulator.
Right.
Me and a few friends installed a few games on the PCs at Woking College. I think we had Sonic CD and we managed to put Pokemon Yellow on there.
All right.
And I got hooked that way, and then spent the summer playing Red on the Game Boy and doing a few tricks to duplicate Pokemon with someone with Blue, so we all had everything we needed back in the day before, breeding and whatever else.
Okay.
If I remember right, you turn the game off while you're trading via the cable, and both of you keep the EV or the Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, and there was a couple we had to do that with. But yeah, I was in college playing Pokemon Yellow.
All right. And how about Pokemon Go then? What got you into that?
I'd been following It Was Coming online, and it sounded awesome. So when I finally realised it was released, I think I was 4 or 5 days late. I spent quite a few hours getting it to actually work on my old iPhone at the time. I was hooked since then.
Okay, perfect, brilliant. And did you, obviously you were talking about Pokemon Red and Blue, did you fall for the Mew thing on the truck near the SSN?
I never saw anything on that. I managed to get Missingo. I never got the Mew. But yeah, I have seen something online about the truck, but I haven't actually paid attention to exactly what it does or what it is.
Yeah, it was a complete. Basically, there was a lot of rumors going around that there was a Mew hiding in that truck somewhere, and it became such a it actually took off, and everyone fell for that trap. Obviously, the Mew wasn't there at all, but yeah, it became such a big thing. Obviously, the only way to get Mew was obviously using the glitches on the different trainers in Cerulean City and so on. In the end. Anyway, how about you, James? What got you into Pokemon and what got you into Pokemon Go?
So I got into Pokemon really early on in its lifespan because of my uncle.
Okay.
Because he started off playing the card game back when it first started. And he was showing me his collection. He had the Shadowless Charizard, Mewtwo, all of the high value cards now. Not so much back then. But Pokemon Go, I've been playing since day one. I was probably one of the few people in England that tried to get the game early while it was only still in Australia.
But what inspired you in terms of Pokemon Go? What got you into it?
To be fair, it's the case of the amount of games I used to play. playing Pokemon that I vowed years ago to play every single one that ever came out. So I've played pretty much every Pokemon game since the early 2000s.
Nice. And obviously finishing off you with Hayes. How about you? What got you into the Pokemon franchise and into Pokemon Go?
So for me, getting into the franchise, I remember it. It was every morning before primary school, I'd be able to watch a little bit of TV, right, with my brother, and we'd always whack on. I think it was not CITV. It was the other one.
Cartoon Network.
No, because we had Freeview. I think it was there was CITV, CBeebies, and then another one.
Show my age there.
CITV.
Yeah, but we'd be watching that specific one because it had the better shows. It wasn't the BBC related one. Oh, CBBC. So it was CITV, and Pokemon would randomly pop up with the episodes, and we enjoyed it as like something to watch as we were waiting for school to start and after school occasionally. But I remember first getting into the games itself. It was when I had a 3DS for the first time, and my mum got me bought off a neighbor because they weren't playing it anymore. It was X and Y, and I remember specifically X and Y because of when you're going across the bridge and you see Luminous City in the background and it's slowly coming into view. I just love that scene so much. And then later went to Gen 4 and that one's just been my favourite since. And then for Pokemon Go, I didn't really get into it much until it was Comic-Con of 2024 now, October. I was into it a little bit before then, but just casually because I wasn't really much in a position to play it when it first came out and throughout the years. But then I randomly remembered it one day, started playing it while walking my dog, and continuously played it from then. I didn't really get into it until then, because I'd met James, and James told me about the community meetups in London, and first ever meetup, 300 Darkrai's, so I kind of had to keep playing at that point. So I've just really enjoyed Pokemon Go since then.
Oh, brilliant. Good stuff.
No,
Good stuff.
You can always say beginner's luck, because my mum's luck was like that in 2022.
I mean, I've got my fourth one now, so it's not really beginner's luck anymore.
All right, brilliant. Let's move on then to the slide number 2. Okay, Pokemon Day Out and Night Out. So obviously we've got that kind of news very recently. So Jet, HGS, what's your thoughts on this new thing?
Pokemon Day Out, it seems interesting. I mean, one gathering by logo-wise only. Is this going to kind of follow what the event effects are for Duskmane and Dawn Wings for Christmas? So we could potentially see raids depending on those two Pokemon, referring to the time of day.
Okay. Yeah.
But it seems like a cool concept. Can't wait to see how it goes.
But Luke, I think this was a universal concept, wasn't it, with all the different games?
I knew it was released at the Super Bowl, wasn't it? That revealed there for the anniversary. I haven't looked too much into it, but it looks cool. Like from what I did see briefly.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means for Pokemon Go though, because that's the game I play. I don't know what we'll have like in game. I haven't really looked into like the other franchise implications yet.
All right, fair enough. How about you, James? What do you think this concept might be then?
I probably won't do so much day out. If it's a night out, I'm just hoping it is like raids that you can do with the community in a specific location that haven't been released yet, or ones that have not really had much reruns since their initial releases.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So I forgot to mention. Sorry, to butt in. I know it's meant to be targeted for like adults content, so it could be it could be interesting. Sorry.
There you go, Luke. You might be, or myself perhaps, I might be looking at a date with a Pokemon Night Out date, pretty much.
Sort of button, but like I just had to comment ADHD wise when you said it's aimed at adults. I'm thinking, Pikachu with a kinky outfit.
Yeah, fair enough. Just one thing I wanted to add on the previous slide was my sort of perception. I didn't get my chance sort of to add in. So my favorite Pokemon moment was, I think it was the anime, really. I mean, obviously I used to play Pokemon nearly at the age of 5 with my cousins every single night, Pokemon Yellow, Red and Blue. But, before going to primary school, having breakfast every morning and watching on Sky One the original series of Pokemon, and that was what really kind of kicked it off for me. Pokemon Go was an interesting one for me. My sister actually got into Pokemon Go, when it began in 2016. And I was like, whoa, what you're doing, spinning these Pokestops? What are these Pokestops you're doing? And all this stuff. And then it was, I remember the Christmas Santa hat Pikachu and things like that. And obviously, when I used to go to my professional courses, everyone was bragging on about their Dragonites near the Tower of London. So that's really what kicked me off on Pokemon Go, really. So there you go. All right, let's move
real quick
on
for
to
day out, night out.
Yes, sorry,
I did want
go
to
for it.
say, from what's been theorized and somewhat hinted at, is that day out will be more family friendly. Official meetups for Pokemon, whether it's Pokemon Go or just Pokemon as a whole. I believe it's more in-person stuff, so, people can meet people from the community. It would probably center around Pokemon Go quite a bit, because that's what Pokemon Go is for, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't just be specifically for that. I think it'd be kind of like how EUIC is, but on a much smaller scale in a certain area or a certain city.
Yeah, because when I saw the announcement, I didn't see it particularly just, Pokemon Go logoed. It was
Yeah.
like a general Pokemon sort of 30th anniversary special thing that they're doing. And obviously you've got, I don't know if Samuel and Laura, if you guys do play Pokemon, but do let us know what your favorite moments were. And of course, what you think on the day and night out.
For night out, I believe it's more focused towards adults and older teenagers. So from what's been theorized, mostly rather than the 7+, it'd be like about 13+, hosted later on in the day when people are off work and stuff. I believe sometimes it could have venues that serve alcohol, merch drops possibly, specifically just for Pokemon Day Out and Night Out, depending on the age group and stuff. So it seems like it could be a lot. They could do a lot with it.
Okay.
But we could just hope that they do a lot with it. But we should expect that it's just something smaller that they're adding.
Yeah.
That they can do just here and there.
I mean,
have like
I wouldn't see why they would gear it purely just to the 13+, considering obviously the Pokemon market is so big in the young
from
children.
what's been said through articles and stuff, they said it's day out's tailoring to family friendly, so mostly families and the younger community, the newer community within Pokemon, and night out's mostly geared to adults who grew up with Pokemon in mind, and adults who are also getting into Pokemon as well, and more focused towards the older age group to expand upon just family friendly.
Right, let's move on because we've got a lot to cover and very restricted time. Anyway, Jet HGS, give us your take of the week. What's been getting on with trading card game?
Hello, right. So there has been updates on Ascended Heroes. Obviously, the drop is now for people to have pre-ordered. It's now the 20th of February, so I'm still yet to pick up my 3 boxes. But there's been a spike in card sales on PSA 8 to 10 on Ascended Hero cards. So at the moment, the highest paid card out of PSA 10 at its current rate in progress, could go up, could go down, is the Mega Gengar Illustration Special Illustration Rare, and at the moment at PSA 10 you're looking just shy of £1,286.41. So keep your eyes out on that. They are also planning to do a makeup drop for Ascended Heroes Part 2.
When is that?
So there's going to be a second set for Ascended Heroes called Descending Heroes, focusing more on the Team Rocket.
All right. Fair enough. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to TCG Pocket then. Obviously, we've kind of already talked about this with Jet, but James, tell us, what's your take on the Fantastical Parade and how you've been getting on with the new packs?
Right, so Fantastical Parade has been nothing short of meta warping on the game. There is literally so much good decks and cards in that pack that's really warped the game. From what we believe at the minute, sort of the best 4 decks, because there's about 4 decks that are proper top tier now, is the Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Gardevoir, Mimikyu, and still, for some reason, Mega Absol.
Oh.
That's still meta for some reason. Like, it's been out for 3 packs now, and it's still meta. They're never going to get rid of it. Like, it's too strong of a deck.
Definitely. How about you, Hayes, then? How have you been getting on with the Fantastical Parade, and what have your biggest wins of the last few weeks?
I both love this pack and hate this pack for two very distinct reasons.
Let's
First of
start with
all,
the hate.
we'll start with the hate. The hate stems from one in particular thing.
I
Is
know
the
which
fact
one
that I
that is
haven't
as well.
gotten the shiny Umbreon. I'm seething. I'm seething. Okay, that aside. Jokes aside. I love this set. Love the artwork. Love all the cards in it. I'm not really much of an actual player of the actual battling system. I enjoy that, obviously. But especially with newer decks and stuff, I haven't really been keeping up to date with the meta. And when I do battles, the decks I'm using from my Charizard deck to my old Gardevoir deck, actually, before the Mega, still quite meta in my opinion. They still work very well.
Nice.
But I love all the artworks. The artworks are amazing, specifically the Toxel, the Salamence. I also love the Aurorus. The Aurorus is amazing. I love that artwork, and I wish I could say more about other artworks, but my highest rarity card is Teal Mask Ogerpon EX 2-star.
Oh, wow. That's good.
I can't say much about the immersive or the gold, but overall, amazing artworks in this set. Some of the best, I think, personally, across the entire everything else. Obviously, each one has their highs and lows, but from all the cards I've pulled, they're all just beautiful.
Brilliant. Good stuff. And obviously, you were there, Hayes, when I did the live stream with the shiny Lugia and Ho-Oh EX, of course. So that was a
I
great
know,
start.
you lucky bugger. Hey, at least you did get the shiny Umbreon. That's mine and mine alone, man.
No,
right.
honestly, there is one card that is driving the entirety of the game crazy because of how stupid it is at this minute.
Which is?
It's that bloody Ice Pop card. That card is infuriating.
That's funny.
I did a battle earlier. Got this one Pokemon down to 10 HP, and they used the Ice Pop to max health.
Okay.
And this Pokemon has something like 210 HP.
Okay. Nice. Right, so you got Laura in the chat. Excuse me. She's saying, I'm very new to Pokemon Go. Never thought I'd like it, but I am now obsessed. Got into it through my boyfriend and love playing and doing my research. Well, great stuff. Well done. And obviously, all the best of luck with your continued Pokemon Go adventures as we move on to the next 10 years of this game. Right, now let's move on to Pokemon Legends EA then. Obviously, just a quick announcement here is that obviously we've got distribution of Nintendo Switch Online subscriber PLZA themed icons. This is their third wave, and obviously soon to expire mystery gifts. Obviously, this is new icons for subscribers have been launched to allowing players to purchase them for platinum points and create their own custom icon. The icons will be available until February 16th, so you have basically 4 more days. And obviously, mystery gifts reminders is obviously Gardevoir, right? And the luxurious Pokeball set will end distribution by the end of this month. So make sure you redeem them if you haven't already done so. Anyway, who has played Legends EA this week? Anyone?
I have.
Yes, go on then, Jet. Yeah, tell us how you've been getting on.
So I decided to randomly, with my eyes closed, make a donut. Then span through it, didn't know where it was, so I made it so it's the only donut in my inventory. Went into a random hyperspace and got myself a Shelfer Mimikyu and Shelfer Ekans.
Nice. Yeah. Congratulations.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Right, now then, Hayes, go for it.
So, when I was playing, grinding out a lot. I've been keeping up to date with it. I've seen the new icons, mystery gifts. These are the online ones only, so make sure you have Nintendo Switch Online. If you haven't used it before, you get, I believe, a month for free, or at least for very cheap. So be sure to do that, claim it all. I can't tell you to go to any sites that give out free mystery gift Pokemon. Just if you do, don't put your password or your account details in for your Switch. But if it's just put a mystery code, put a mystery code. But then again, I can't tell you to do that. All right, it's just for the ones that you missed, okay? And I love the icons. The only criminal thing is that Kanari isn't on there.
That's true.
I can second that.
Yeah, definitely. That's a shame. Anyway, as for me, obviously, I've started getting used to the DLC. Obviously, just started playing it properly this week, and obviously just finished Mega Absol Z, battle. And obviously, it is on Mufti Whitey Pokemon, guys, if you haven't seen it already. So, but it was quite actually not too bad. Obviously, I've been using the Annihilape and obviously the Gorgeist sort of tactic, turning it into a ghost Pokemon sort of principle. I saw someone on TikTok sort of suggest that, so that's been working quite well. And obviously I have actually finished the Staraptor one as well. Okay, just again some news on Scarlet and Violet. Obviously until the February 28th, there's Ranked Battle Season 39 has obviously begun and will end on February 28th. This will be the second season to follow again Regulation Set 1, which allows players to use no more than 2 restricted special Pokemon in their team. Anyone been doing this ranked battles at all?
Not really.
No? No? Okay, right, let's move on to Pokemon Go then. I'm sure we'll be joined by Lord Chris J in a moment. He's been patiently waiting for the Pokemon Go subject, I presume. Okay, we had the Oricorio Catch Mastery event. Did anyone play it, or was it just a fast-forward skip?
I managed to play it. I managed to complete the special research.
Yeah.
Not the special, the time that we were given for free. I didn't think buying the premium was worth it at the time. I was mostly playing it while I was doing stuff throughout the day. Gotta say, I hate the 5 Great Ball throws in a row. Mostly because I get 4, and then I get 2 into my own head. I get too patient to the point where I throw it, and it's not even the Pokemon moving or anything happening. I just mess up the throw on the easiest Great Throw Pokemon of all time.
Yeah.
But I managed to get myself 2 shinies. No Hundo, unfortunately, but what can you do? If anyone got the Hundo, well done. You got the most satisfying Hundo in the game. 1000 CP exactly. It was just a shame we couldn't get the regionals, really.
Yeah.
There was a glitch to get the regionals.
Yep. Do not do glitches. I can't tell you to do glitches, but if I could, I'd say don't risk it.
I played the mastery event on my partner's.
Go on then, yes, go for it.
Sorry.
No
I
problem.
played it on my partner's account because, as she has said in the comments of the YouTube video, she's just getting into it and she hates doing great curveball throws. So I did it for her, got her, I think it was 2 shinies and a 98%. And my mate who was standing next to me got the Shundo just for the first cleric and said, nah, I'm done now. See you later.
Fair enough. Right, so obviously just giving us some votes that we did have on the Discord. Obviously we did ask people in the community what did they think of the Mastery event. 50% of people said yes, with 4 votes in yes, 2 votes for no, so 25%, and 2 votes for people who didn't play it at all, so 25% on that. As for me, I was playing in the town of Helsham, probably won't play there again. I kind of got the crowd saying, what are you playing there? What are you recording, mate? You know. So, but it was all right. Like Hayes was alluding to, those curveball throws in a row were very, very frustrating. Luke, did you play it?
No, I wasn't too fussed with, I've already got the shiny Oricolo, the decks.
Yeah.
And there's no regionals available. I'm not too fussed about getting a Hundo one. I don't really want to grind candy for it. So, was it on Saturday?
Right, yes. Let's move on to then.
I was being miserable instead.
Wait, James, real quick. James, did you manage to play it?
I was probably one of the few people that actually did buy the ticket for it.
Oh, yeah, James, how did you do?
I got 17 shinies, and I did get the Hundo on the last research of it, which unfortunately wasn't shiny, but I still got the satisfying Hundo.
Yeah, I do have one gripe with this, is the fact that the event field research was very scarce compared to other times. And I was wondering, James, you said you got 17 shinies. Were those all from the timed research, the regular and the premium, or was it just from spinning Pokestops as well?
This was just from the free and the paid research that we got.
So you got 17 within 40 encounters? I thought that's where all the shiny odds went. That's where all the shiny odds went.
I'm coming after you, dude. I want more shiny.
The best one I got that was a shiny was a 986. So I got sort of close. It came up with, I think it was like 13 for that shiny.
That's not bad. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. You got the Hundo as well, so You know?
Fair enough. Right. Anyway, let's move on then. Obviously, Lord Chris J won't be able to come back. Obviously, some family commitments. Anyway, let's move on to this weekend. Obviously, we have the Therian Forme, Enamorus Raid Day, and Valentine's Day. Before we get into the members panel, what they thought, let's allude to what the Dex Divers Discord people thought of this. So, let's start with the Enamorus. Basically, 57%, so 4 votes said, being obviously that it's not shiny, they're saying it's okay. 43%, so 3 votes said hugely disappointed. Obviously, we had talked about this in the last podcast. So obviously, we got Jet Hidjies's views on this. Luke, you weren't with us last week, but obviously you did say a little bit about it in the description. What's your take on the Valentine's Day in Enamorus?
Honestly, not too fussed by it. I'll do a few, like at least 6 raids, because that's something you can do for free before getting to my premiums. Can't be shiny yet. It'll come back in the future. At this point in the game, I'm not looking for another fairy type attacker for PvE. It just doesn't. It won't make a difference. I'm still going to beat raids regardless. So
Okay.
I'll definitely get a few, but I'm not going to go crazy.
Definitely, 100%. Okay, and how about you then, James?
Oh, I love the little turtle boy. He's a good Pokemon. I've seen the moves it can get. It's some really good moves.
Nice.
Like,
Okay.
it's going to be up there as one of the best fairy attackers.
Okay, and how is your Valentine's Day event going so far?
Unfortunately, didn't get the shiny Spinder. Wish I could. My mum was lucky enough to get 2 of them, actually, out of the one.
Oh, nice.
Tell her to give me one. I want
Nice.
one.
Congratulations
and
to
me.
your mom. Let's go.
I wish I could be one of those people that got a shiny Spinner, because it's one of the rarest shinies in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I did all my research today, and spoiler alert, got nothing. I'm keeping them.
Right, coming on to you then, Hayes. You voted hugely disappointed that the Enamorus doesn't come in a shiny. Why?
I'm disappointed it doesn't come in a shiny, because, to be honest, when I go for Pokemon, I don't really do PvP. I mostly collect shinies. I'm trying to do the shiny living dex this late into the game. I'm gonna not be able to fully complete it unless they bring back the mythicals, which they've done somewhat before, haven't they? They brought back some mythicals with but for people who had them before couldn't get them again with the Marshadow.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they release it shiny. Love the Turtle Boy. Really wish I could take part, but I'm working, unfortunately. If anyone's gonna be at EUIC this weekend and have the time to spare for this or Meowth, I know that if you check Campfire, the London community is doing a big raid train for both of those events from the Pokemon Go truck, and I believe it's just the regular time it starts. Star's an amazing person. Double checked with him today. It's not going to go too far from the event.
Okay.
So look forward to that. And I would love to take part, pun intended, but unfortunately I can't.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Well, in terms of myself, my views are, I think obviously Enamorus is making its debut as a Therian form. Obviously, we're typical how these things are, is obviously it's not going to come in shiny immediately. Possibly maybe next year it will come in a shiny. And obviously Samuel and Laura, do let us know how your Valentine's event and what your views are on Enamorus. And will you be spending Valentine's Day doing it? Sorry?
Can I just add a quick point? Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
So the only reason it's not going to be shiny is because it's not being released shiny in any mainstream game. Pokemon will refuse to put a shiny into Pokemon Go if it's not already been pre-released in another game.
Oh, well, there you go then, guys. We'll stick. Those who are disappointed will have to stay.
Well, I mean, I think that means we get shiny Arceus, though, right? When that eventually releases, because you could get a shiny in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Yep,
Bring
definitely.
back EX raids. Bring back EX raids.
Actually, we got Meltan shiny first. No, but you're right though. That is how it works.
Right. Before we go into Gigantamax Meowth, obviously the Discord people, what's your thoughts on Valentine's Day? 13, there was 1 vote for saying it is good, looking forward to it. 1 saying it's recycled old stuff, so 63%, 5 votes, and 2 votes saying no clue. All right, moving on to Gigantamax Meowth then. Let's have a look at the Discord results for that first of all. Pretty much 100% of the people, 7 votes, said it's more of a dex filler. Jet, HGS, do you agree with them?
Oh god, yes I do. Good, because it's no match relevancy, it's not going to do any leeway in any battles of max variety. If you do get a shiny, congratulations. If you don't, try harder.
Yeah. Oh well, during the course of the event, obviously it's making its debut. Obviously, the collection limit will increase to 1,600. All power spots will host Gigantamax battles. Obviously, Hayes was alluding to the Central London meetup, but I'm sure obviously within the county of Sussex as well, there'll be many meetups going on. Power spots will refresh frequently, 8 times max particles from power spots. How about you, Luke? What's your perspective on Meowth? Does it have any relevancy when it comes to Gigantamax battles? Is it good as a tanker or a counter? What's your take on it?
Hell no, it's useless. No. But I think it'd be fun to try and beat. I think you can trio it.
Trio it. Oh,
I think you can. Yeah, that's what I've read on Reddit.
No, here's the thing. Sorry to interrupt, but no, this is the thing. This ain't trioable. It's soloable.
I don't think it is.
Its max CP is 400. I can only imagine what 100 people are going to do to this.
Yeah. Well, I've done the battle simulations, and you should be able to free man it. And doesn't it have an effect though, where you get extra stardust?
Possibly. I have no clue.
Because in the games you get money for it, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
possibly.
I wish.
Possibly, I wish. If only Meowth was giving us some free Poke coins as well, that would be a great addition.
But I do like the idea of getting a Gmax Meowth, and then it has to stay as Meowth for your Pokedex. You can't even evolve it because of the Gmax.
No, it can't evolve into Persian. No.
Yeah, so a level 50 Meowth will just sit there until you Gmax it.
But, of course, we do have a lovely Gigantamax Meowth plush on the Dex Divers Discord. So if you are, looking for a competition and you're looking to win that plush, this is a great time to, go out on Meowth. Why not? Anyway, let's move on to the main parts of the discussions today. Road to Kalos, obviously. Hayes, take us. Which is your sort of favourite of the backgrounds? Are you looking forward to this?
First thing, I like, from what we've seen, I know it's a leak and it's not 100% confirmed as of yet, I believe. They've officially announced that these will be the backgrounds. First of all, love all of them. All of them look amazing, and I'm so glad they're doing some from every generation.
Okay.
And I'm going to be biased here. I kind of have to be. I have to be rooting for the home team of Gen 4. And I personally think those look the greatest. I mean, Dialga being time, looking at that, it looks insane from the small image I can see here. The Palkia being time, I think that looks amazing. It's got a rift in time in the sky behind it, and they're bringing back the exact same backgrounds they used for Kyurem, which we got last year at the Unnovator, wasn't it? So
that's right. Yes.
I think all of them look amazing. Nonetheless, I'm glad they brought back the original backgrounds for the Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos with the team logos in the background. Gonna only be focusing on Zapdos though, rooting for the home team again. And then Ho-Oh and Lugia both look amazing as usual.
Fantastic.
And then Groudon and Kyogre as well.
Okay, brilliant. And Jet, obviously HGS, what's your favourite background of the lot there, and which one will you be grinding the most?
Well, if I'm being brutally honest, I'm upset that, Darkrai isn't there, but, we move. So, personally, I love the kind of background for Lugia, Shadow Lugia, but I have to go with my boy Palkia just because it's the symbol for Darkrai in Legends ZA when he comes through. So, nod to that. I love that.
Right, let's move on then. We've got quite a few bits to cover. We're probably running out of time, but we're going to go through these literally a little bit as quickly as possible. Obviously, we've got the Road to Kalos Go Pass has been kind of expanded a little bit more this week with a lot more announcements. Obviously, you can collect up to a daily cap during the Road to Kalos event, but there will be no limit, obviously, to the Go Pass starting on February 28th and Sunday, March 1st. Okay, let's go through then. Obviously, James London explained this, and Jet obviously explained this really well on the pass. So let's start with you, James. What's your take on the free part, which is all the trainers?
I'm loving the fact that we're going to be getting a special background on Lucario. But now my friend Manu is going to have to regrind to try and get that Shondo Lucario that has a special background instead of the one that he's got.
Manu ain't getting that. Let's be for real, man. He ain't getting that, James.
It's gonna be me this time, 100%.
Okay, fair enough. Jet HGS, how about you? You had a few bits to X. Obviously, on the free part, we get the encounter that James alluded to with the mega inspired background, the Lucario mega candy, the T-shirt, encounters with the Pokemon Stardust, XP Pokeballs, candy, and obviously more. Jet, you had some obviously more things to add to this one.
I do indeed. Hello. Right. So obviously, as everyone knows on here who plays Pokemon Go, you have up to 100 where you get you'll get a Hooper Unbound and your lucky trinket. But if you notice in the past, it goes down to 200, and it says Zygarde cells. They've kind of in the code. I'm one of those Pokeminers. You'll be getting more Zygarde cells. So people who are just new and haven't yet caught their Zygarde, if you catch your Zygarde and complete the whole 200, you'll have enough to evolve your Zygarde to the 100% form just by doing the 200.
All right.
Real quick, thank God for that, because I do not like doing this.
By the way, we just skipped over. Obviously, this was regarding the deluxe part, which is obviously encounter with Hooper Unbound, Lucky Trinket, Zygarde Cells, Zygarde Jacket Avatar Item, Victory Bell, Mega Energy, Malama Energy, Candy XL, premium items such as a Premium Battle Pass, Incense TMs and more, and even more goodies. Luke, what's your take on this pass? Will you be investing in it?
I actually think the best pass is the deluxe pass for the Road to Kalos. So that gives you XL candies for each raid. So if you're going to raid throughout the whole week and also the weekend, it counts for that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm personally more interested in that than I will get the Hooper just to get the shiny Hooper.
Fair enough.
but that's more interesting to me.
Fair enough. Right, let's go through the rank 1 then.
I wanted to real quick
obviously on rank 1, so obviously everyone gets a scattered bag, will appear more frequently when you pin gifts, open to 100 gifts per day, you receive up to 200 gifts per day, you can hold up to 40 gifts. If you get the deluxe, obviously scattered bag will appear more frequently, you get 1 additional candy awarded for catching Pokemon in 5-star, Mega Raids, Primal Raids and Shadow Raids, and 1 additional Candy XL as well in the same principle, and 2 times Hatch Candy. Jet HGS, you can explain to us a little bit more regarding the Scatterbug shiny rate?
Hi, hello. So with Scatterbug, it has a 1 in 4,000 minimum to get, but because of this, it's now be dropping down to 1 in 200.
Oh.
So you have an increased chance of getting your shiny Scatterbug. So all my hints and tips here are, make sure you've got friends who live abroad, pin their gifts as priority so you can get a shiny Vivillon of your favourite pattern from wherever it is in the world.
Okay. All right, brilliant. Yes, did anyone else want to add on to rank 1?
I wanted to add to this as well as the previous section.
Yeah, go for it.
Amazing rewards, in my opinion. I'm curious what everyone's going to pick, if they're going to go Victory Bell or my best friend of all time, Malamar. Malamar, my best friend, my good pal. Gotta go with him personally. The Scatterbugs, when they first released, I grinded them out pretty hard. That was pretty much the only time I leveled up friendships with anyone. Sorry if you're on my friends list. I'm terrible with gifts opening and sending them specifically. But I can't wait to get more shinies. I've got the River Pattern from Australia. As my only shiny so far, and I didn't realize that the shiny odds were so high after that, because the initial release it was boosted to all hell apparently. So I can't wait to get more shinies, fingers crossed. I just know that 90% of this event is just going to be me clearing out postcard storage.
Oh, fair enough. Oh dear. Right, let's move on to then rank 2. We'll go through this pretty quickly. Obviously, if you get rank 2, large increase in catch effectiveness of Premier Balls, and obviously 2 times catch XP. If you get the deluxe, you get additional 5,000 XP from completed raids, and 2 times catch XP as well. So that is in rank 2. Jet, do you have anything to add on this one, or can we skip over to rank 3?
Make sure you have a buttload of lucky eggs. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, brilliant. Okay, let's move on to rank 3 then.
Say I'm so glad for the increased catch effectiveness of the Premier Balls, because last year I skipped so many regular Curums that weren't shiny because they took so long to catch, and I just wanted to get me a shiny.
Yeah, I definitely remember how much they hopped as well, jumped about as well, and it was just crazy. They were attacking all the time. Okay, let's move on to rank 3 then. Okay, rank 75, substantial increase obviously in your catch effectiveness, which Hayes was talking about. So obviously that is got its benefits. 3 times catch XP on the normal. On the deluxe, 2 times Stardust from completed raids, and 2 times Hatch Stardust as well. So they're useful stuff there on rank 3. Okay, let's move on to GoFest 2026. Today we just got this update, obviously this poster over here. We were just talking about it before we started the podcast on this mystic theme. Jet, GS, tell us more.
So it's in 3 locations, so this just kind of gathers as a mini brain thought here. That first one, Mystic, and second one, Valor, third one, Instinct, and then potentially Global, Team Rocket. I love it.
Team
I love the
Rocket.
concept potential. Maybe we see the return of Lapras, Ellie Kid, and Magby with the costume.
Fair enough. Obviously, the hints we are getting at is obviously more on the Mewtwo. The lettering is on the Mega Zeraora, and of course more. James, you were talking about it this morning as well. Tell us more about this new graphic. What's your take on it, bro?
So, from what we know currently, Mega Zeraora is going to be coming out for GoFest as the mythical of choice. You probably need to do your research for it, because I think it gives you Mega Energy. Doing the actual task before it gives you the Zeraora. Mega Mewtwo has been data mined for years now. It's about time they brought it out.
Yes, definitely. And Luke, what's your take on this this new graphic? What information does it provide you?
Well, Pokemon Go came out in the summer of 2016, so this is the 10th anniversary. Expect something big, something much better than To Kalos. It could be like obviously the 3 teams, Instinct, Valor, etc. Like the 3 locations, that makes sense. Then Global, it could be good.
Yeah, lots to excite. And Hayes, do you have anything you want to add before we move on another topic in the next slide?
I have a few quick things. First of all, gonna finally be getting a Mewtwo. I've been waiting so long to get a Mewtwo, man. They removed it from level 50, which I was kind of grinding towards. I was getting somewhat close, but then the level up announcement, I kind of stopped doing PvP. Didn't want to do that task. I think the theming is going to be amazing. I just was hoping that they did Instinct first, not going to lie, because it is the best team, but save the best for last. Save the best for last.
Do not disagree on Valor. Valor's best.
Team Valor!
We're not going to start this now, but I have to root for the home team. I can't wait to see all the promotional images and reveals slowly as it gets closer. I do tend to try to avoid leaks as much as possible, but it's kind of hard since this is the biggest event of the year. I can't wait to see. I mean, we've got that costume for Squirtle, which looks amazing, and I'm assuming all the other Kanto starters will have the Pikachu hat, and hopefully Eevee hat. And maybe some EV costumes shiny.
Yeah, I mean,
can't wait.
The interesting fact was that this graphic, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was sort of a press conference in Tokyo earlier today, and that's where this sort of information fed from. So I suppose it's official, and I've obviously seen some of the Niantic members have retweeted them on their socials as well. So if that's nearing to official news on whatever that graphic shows there. Obviously, this is data mined, so this is probably not true. This is coming from the Pokemon group who have data mined this. Kanto event possibilities. James, you've been talking quite a bit about this. Tell us, what's your insight?
So, just about a week after Go Tour, we're going to get an event based around Kanto, which is Memories Return, I think it was called.
Okay.
So, from what people are saying, there's rumors going around that besides the Go Pass, which this tweet was based off, there's a possibility of seeing Armored Mewtwo in raids that can be shiny.
Yeah. Okay.
From what we believe of a trailer we saw quite a few number of months ago.
Yeah.
We just have to wait and see, but that you should get more information just before Go Tour, because it's literally days after Go Tour.
It is. I mean, according if this leak is right, I mean, you're looking at March 3rd to March 9th.
Like, this event is supposed to take place, 2 days after Go Tour, so you should get more information on it soon, if it is them dates.
Yep. Luke, you were saying something. Did you want to add in?
Yeah, events start on Tuesday now, so it'll be the Tuesday after Global Go Tour.
Fair enough. How about you? What's your take on this sort of? I know you don't really like to talk about leaks, but what kind of idea do you get from this?
it fits in the 30th anniversary vibe. It's about time our Mewtwo returns. I actually still have 2 left to trade, so I should do those before they're like very common.
I'll take one from you, Luke. I need one. I'll take one.
Honestly,
Luke,
everyone
we're
wants
lucky
one.
already.
I stopped naming Pokemon now with people because there's just too many. Yeah.
Too many, yeah.
But yeah, I'm expecting something good. We'll see near the time.
Near to the time. Jet, how about you? What's your take on this new leak?
I can't wait. I feel really bad for Ash. I think you know, Mufti. He generally bought for £15 a Armored Mewtwo from someone and used his lucky trinket. So if this does come out, I know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to have a full-blown rage quit on Discord.
Yeah, and I think you won't. I don't think they would be the only one. I think there'll be a lot of people who've been hunting on the Armored Mewtwo for such a long time. So there'll be, I suppose, a lot of disappointing. How about you, Hayes?
First of all, Luke, slide me an Armored Mewtwo. Respectfully, of course. Second of all, if Armored Mewtwo returns, I don't know whether to be stubborn or happy. I don't know whether to be stubborn to wait till I get regular Mewtwo first, so then I can get a shiny regular Mewtwo, and then get an Armored Mewtwo, or play the hell out of this event, grind out as many shiny Armored Mewtwo's as I can, so that I never have to worry about trading for an Armored Mewtwo, because finding someone that's willing to trade it, that's not for an absorbently amount of Stardust, is kind of insane to me.
Yeah. And obviously in the chat, guys, Samuel and Laura, what do you take on obviously this big emphasis on Mewtwo possibility? Coming back to you, Luke, then very quickly, just before we finish off, if Armored Mewtwo were per se to come out, say in this March event, do you think it would dampen any sort of hype around the Mega in the Go Fest?
No, they're very different things actually. I think both generate the hype. I'm actually more interested to see if they bring back Carbon Mewtwo, will they also bring back the clones?
Yeah.
Because obviously the initial release for Carbon Mewtwo was with the clone Pikachu, Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard.
Yeah.
Because I transferred my Pikachus. I kept one of each apart from Pikachu, which is really annoying.
Oh.
So I have an incomplete set.
Definitely, and obviously now it's kind of taken them almost so many years for them to consider Armored Mewtwo. So my recommendation, if it does come out, make sure you grind it, because who knows when it will come back again.
Honestly, all this Go Tour stuff, the Mega Mewtwo, Armored Mewtwo, from what I see, it's literally a desperate grab for money from Niantic. Because they're finally giving in to what people want, but they're going to put the most ridiculous price tags on them. Because they know how many people are going to want to do it.
Yeah.
I have a little add-on to that. First of all, I'm sorry for correcting you, mate, but it's no longer Niantic, it's Scopely now. And second of all, the reason why they've been doing so many events, at least what I believe, I can't 100% say for certain, is because they put so much money into Pokemon Go, they're looking for that investment back and more some. So they're releasing things that the community have wanted for years now that Niantic personally didn't want to do. And sure, it's the same team, but it's a different head and a different directive. And with the 30th anniversary on top of that, the Pokemon company is more likely going to allow them to release these certain things. So we're seeing a lot of newer things and returning things that people have wanted for a while. I believe the Kalos tour, having all these legendaries from the previous generations with specific backgrounds for them, is because of the 30th anniversary and because the Pokemon company have allowed that. So definitely. It is a lot of money grab, but it's for a reason, and we're getting good things out of it. It's just some events could be done so much better.
Of course.
That is the problem. They've got so much stuff to do that events just feel so minuscule now that a lot of people don't want to play the weekly events. And I feel like we should have some weeks where there's no events at all.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Can I quickly add 3 points if that's okay? Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Luke, one, I'll use my lucky trinket on you for an Armored Mewtwo. 2, I would love the clones to come back because I am missing clone Pikachu, but I've got the lucky Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. But my phone got hacked into when Armored Mewtwo came out, so I lost every single Armored Mewtwo I ever owned.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, it was something, man. I was so happy. I had a 98. Anyway, but yeah, third point is this is more aimed at the comments because I know both the two people down there because I told them about you guys and now they're in here. I'm their professor apparently, but I've got their account details, so if they can't do something, I'll do it for them. But yeah, the events look cool. Don't get me wrong, but the Kanto thing, not really my thing. I'm more of a Hoenn.
Oh, winter.
100%.
All right, fair enough. And obviously, my view is that pretty much, Mewtwo and Mew, I suppose, have always been the primary patriarchs of Pokemon for years, and obviously, they're definitely celebrating it on the back of Mewtwo. All right then, guys, that brings an end to the Dex Divers Podcast Episode 3. Thank you very much to all the members for joining tonight. And of course, thank you, obviously, Samuel and Laura for joining, and hope to see you, obviously, again for Episode 4. Anyway, guys, do let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the various different events and what your thoughts are on the Kanto event prediction as well that we discussed tonight. Anyway, guys, I look forward to seeing the next one. Peace and take care, and make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely night.
Bye.
Bye.